She got probably.
Whoa! Yo!
Hey, get your people from man.
Yeah,
Hey, baby!
What's good, YouTube? This is KB Flair. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a brother getting pieced up by his own girlfriend because she tried to put him in a position. Well, a matter of fact, before he even tried to put him in that position, she gambled away her own Rolex. She had a Rolex and gambled it away, right? In a scamming game, right? This game that y'all gonna see, I believe you see it a lot in Florida, right? This game is a scamming game, right? They are meant to scam you, right? People gotta understand, man, that with this game, they're going to build your confidence up by letting you win the first 2 or 3 games, right? You know what? Hey, we're gonna put $200 on the line. Boom. Okay, make it easy. Boom. Okay, she win $200. Mind you, these people got money. Boom, make 200. I ain't gonna say they got money, but they got enough to where they can dish out enough in case if you do want to pull out early, but they can dish out enough and then make that shit all back and then some. So then they're sitting over here saying, okay, hey, well, the first game, boom, you win $200. Second game, we're gonna up the stakes. Boom, you win $400. Third game, boom, you may win it. Now they be like, okay, shoot, how about this then? All or none. I'm like, man, shoot, I've been winning the whole time, man. Let's get this shit. Boom. Then you freaking about, okay, bet. Put something on the line that's going to be worth something. So put your money back on the line and then throw some more in there. I'm like, man, fuck it, man. Sure, I'm going to throw another damn 300 in there, boy. I'm talking about they're building up your confidence. And then you do that last game and they take all your shit. It's a scam. That's part of it. It is a scam. So this dumb right here fell for it. And now she's trying to get her boyfriend to jump in the fight. Now she's trying to get her boyfriend to get the Rolex back. And honey, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. Once you go ahead and offer something up and you lose it, you lose it. It's point blank period. Right? You can't sit over here and say, well, now I want it back. It does not work that way. So now you better sit over here and put your boyfriend in jeopardy. He's about to lose his life because of what? Somebody's about to be put 6 feet under and somebody's about to be sitting in jail. Because a woman led with her emotions and did not want to make the right decisions and did not want to. Before we even get into that, man, I want to talk about this one of these sisters who decided to sit over here and put tattoos, let her 15-year-old son get tattoos, right? So before we even get into that, man, do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So freshman year of high school, I was on the football team, right? And I remember it, man, like it was yesterday. So it had been, I want to say, sometime June 10th. We had football orientation, meaning that all the football players from middle school in 8th grade, we transition to high school. You transition during the summer. You start to work out with varsity, work out with JV for all of your freshmen, right? So I remember one day, man, we ended up going to this football field. They took all the football players to this little, I don't know, this rec league football field, and this where we did like a little competition and our working out, our cardio, and all that good stuff. So I remember one time you had this freshman with me. Mind you, if you're a freshman in high school, you're about what, 13, 12, 13? So we're sitting over here running around, you know what I'm saying? I see one of my peers, he's a freshman too, by the way, running around. He has a whole tattoo on his arm. So one of the coaches, mind you, right, one of the coaches, he tatted up too. He's going to sit over here and call this little boy out and talk about, man, this dude had tattoos since he was 5 years of age. Right? So, I'm not too big on, I really don't care too much for a mother giving her 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 13-year-old son some tattoos, right? The only reason I really don't care for it is just for the simple fact that people, listen, they if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. right? That's not something you should do. That's not something you should want to do. But this is, once again, this is your single mother mentality, right? That's why I really don't care too much for it, because I've seen it, right? I've seen it. And I mean, once again, when you look at kids who get tattoos, and I'm not saying it's all kids, but for me, when I saw kids who had tattoos in the 9th grade and the 10th grade, they don't really amount to much, man, when they get older, right? They're not your ideal guy. They're not a guy that you would want your daughter to date. From all the kids, man, that I went to high school with who had tattoos in the 9th grade and the 10th grade, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say they did not amount to much, but once again, they are not your ideal. They're not your ideal people that you would want your daughters and your sons dating. That's just me, right? That's just me. It shows that their parents obviously lacked parental control. Their parents obviously looked at their kids as friends and not a child. Instead of having a mother and a son bond, or a mother and a daughter bond, or a son and a mother bond, or whatever the hell, instead of having that bond, they rather have a mother and a friend bond, right? 2 friend bonds. You can't do that, right? You cannot do that. And I've seen it plenty of times where mothers just allow their kids to do whatever, right? And then the kids start to talk back to them. And the reason they're able to do that is because situations like this, you allow kids to just live their life however they want, right? You allow kids to live their life however they want, right? Man, listen, and they even say it's illegal. But once again, for me, forget it about being illegal. As a parent, right? As a parent, you should want to say, hey, this isn't going to be good for my future. This isn't going to be good for my son's future. Why? Because how are people going to perceive him? How are people going to look at him? This is very telling. When you look at a kid like this who has tattoos at 15 years of age, more than likely the father isn't in the life, and more than likely the mother just allows that kid to do whatever, and she doesn't see any wrong in that boy, right? But they have this kind of bond, man, where like I said, man, she's going to be like one of those. They have that bond, man, where you see certain kids, and of course you see it a lot. You see it a lot with black parents, where you have the son and the mother. No matter what the mother does, the son will forever jump to the defense. And of course, I mean, what son wouldn't? But even if the mother is wrong, the son is still going to jump to the defense. And that's how you raise. Once again, that's how you raise beta males. Once again, yeah, that's number one. You raise beta males. You raise pookies. She's going to be raising a pookie. You know what I'm saying? So she's going to be raising pookies. She's going to be raising a beta male. And see, here's the thing, right? And this leads into the topic that we talked about earlier, right? You have a guy, right? You have a guy who is sitting over here, man, just minding his business with his girlfriend walking down the strip, right? She decides to sit over here and gamble her watch, her Rolex. And guess what? Like I said, more than likely, he built her confidence up. Right, and then probably by the fourth round, he took all of that. Now she wants her boyfriend to jump in and say, "Hey, man, look, give my girl stuff back." Yeah, I understand, man. You know, the first four rounds, you allowed her to win, but good. Hey, but look, the 4th round or whatever, give her stuff back. Just do that. Just give my girl her shit back. That's how you start a fight, right? And this is why I always say, man, you have to vet your women, right? She's obviously uncontrollable. You cannot control that. She's punching you in your mouth. She's punching you in your face. She's embarrassing you. Her titty popped out.
She got probably.
Whoa. Hey, get your people, bro.
Hey, baby, you can just come forward with a boss nigga. I'll buy you a new Rolex. Come here, girl.
Just embarrassing, bro. Like, I mean, as a man, you have to be embarrassed because not only your girl inside over here. Look how she's dressed too. People look at how she is dressed. Now I know people gonna be like, what does that have to do with the situation? People, once again, this proves my point as to why women shouldn't want to dress like a scallywag, right? Like a scallywag. You saw her boob popped out, her nip popped out. So you sitting over here punching on this man. You're embarrassing this man. You're trying to get this man to fight another man. And then you got other freaking Negroes. And once again, it's only niggas, man. It's only niggas. But you got Negroes in the back sitting over here talking about, man, shoot, bro, I'll buy you a Rollie. Knowing damn well they broke as hell. But talking about, yeah, I'll buy you a Rollie. Embarrassing for the man. Embarrassing. Because as a man, that's where the pride comes into play. That's where pride comes into play. Like, damn, I just can't sit over here and just, she's forcing me to try to fight a guy that, number one, I don't even want to fight because she's in the wrong. Right? But once again, this is where women manipulate. This is why women are good at manipulating. Women know how to manipulate a man because a man is automatically going to feel like he has to do something. A man is going to automatically feel like he has to do something. I've been in that situation plenty of times. A man is going to feel like he has to do something. A man feel like he's going to have to step up for his boo. So he's going to sit over here and try to address a man. And then that man is going to sit over here and say, nah, it doesn't work that way. He knocks the boyfriend out. Now the boyfriend is embarrassed, right? I'm glad he didn't fight. I'm glad he did not fight her. I'm glad he did not fight him because you're going to have to probably fight him. Probably have to fight his little homeboys that's next to him. Then you got the other guys who sitting over here, man. Hey, bro, I can buy you a Rollie. I can buy you a Rollie. Now, shoot, now you probably going to end up wanting to fight that guy. And then turn around, your girl punch you in the face. So now guys are already looking at you like, this dude weak. This dude right here is weak. He can't even freaking control his own bitch. Right? Then her nipple pop out. Right? So now all these other men who's sitting over here already looking at you like you an imp, we're about to get into that, but they're already looking at you like an imp. Sis breasts pop out. Now that they see your girl's goodies, I mean, it's just an embarrassing sight. And to be honest with you, if that was me, I would have broke up with her on sight. I'm like, oh no, this is it. I'm like, y'all want to have her, y'all can have her. She gonna have to find her way back to the house. If they came from a different state, find your way back to that state because that's ridiculous, right? Once again, that's ridiculous, and this is what I'm saying. A lot of women try to put their boyfriends in positions, man, that they shouldn't be in, that they should not be in at all. And to talk about why her breast popping out is so important is because once again, as a man, I don't want nobody seeing my woman. And I think any man can tell you that. Any man, not no man who's a cuck, not no man who likes to watch his girl get derailed by other men. None of that. Not no simp, none of that. A real man is not going to allow his woman to be flashing herself all on the internet and have her goods posted anywhere, right? Because as a man, that's something for me to see, right? But once again, you out here dressed like that, something is bound to happen, and then you're around a bunch of these guys, ridiculous. But that jumps right into why her boyfriend is a big issue. Her boyfriend is a big issue because he's a simp. Let's just be real. We're calling it for what it is. He is an imp. Number one, look, before I even get into that, this is why I always say you should not want to date women, man, who are this bad. Women who are that bad come with the most baggage. They feel like they're independent. I promise you. She is the type of woman to sit over here and say, I don't need a man, right? I'm equal to a man. I'm this, I'm that. But yet you're sitting over here telling your man to do something to another man. But guess what? I thought you didn't need a man. I thought you don't want a man. I thought you're equal to a man. And this is, once again, 90%, 95% of your women, about 99% of your women here in America think that way. They think that way. But then when it actually comes down to it, just like the situation, they start looking to a man to assist that situation. Or not even assist, take over that situation. Stop it. You have no control in that relationship, which is why she is running all over you, which is why everybody else can see it. So he could have avoided this situation if he just manned up and told his girl, hey baby, yo, we're not doing this. Number one, first of all, you would be stupid as hell to even be doing that scamming game in the first place. Like, that's just a scam to begin with, bro. That's a scam, people. So as a man, he could have been sat here and said, yo, shorty, we don't need to be doing this. Like, why would you give up your Rolex? Unless if you just had that much money, why would you give up your Rolex? Babe, make smarter decisions and let's go. Simple. And then on top of that, man, when there's a crowd of you don't need to be there. I'm just being honest with you. You don't need to be there. Where there's a crowd of there's going to be fire. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. But guess what? You got these pretty boy imps like this. I've seen plenty of guys who are like this, man, who date women that are like 9s and 10s, who are uncontrollable, who feel like they're independent, yada yada yada. They boost these women heads up, right? And they get in these relationships and they end up like this, right? They either get with a guy, man, who's an imp, or they get with a guy, man, who's just far too emotional, uncontrollable. They try to get with guys that's like Kevin Gates. Like, man, what? Like, and women really try to use guys as women really try to use Kevin Gates as an example of a man. Oh, well, he wants to make his woman feel good and all that. I'm like, bro, he wants to sit over here and pee on his girl. He wants to sit over here, talking about something. Well, man, look, if my girl want to come up to me and say, hey, man, look, I want to have sex with another man with you in the room with me. He just saying, man, shoot, as long as I'm in there to see it, and like, what? That's not a man, bro. Kevin Gates is on some other stuff, right? Kevin Gates is on some other stuff. I'm not saying look, Kevin Gates on some other shit. I'm going to put it that way. Your average man is not saying no shit like that. I'm just being honest with you. Your average man is not saying no shit like that. So you got guys who are like Kevin Gates, and you got guys who was like this dude who give women that are 9s and 10s like this the room and the audacity to feel that they can be this entitled. Nobody told that girl no. So she feel like she can just sit over here and do whatever. And this is why that man is in that situation, getting punched on, getting embarrassed. Bro, I'm telling you, I would have been out of there, right? But once again, to avoid that, he could have sat here in bed. He could have told her, no, we're not doing this, right? Once you saw a crowd of me, let me go the other way. Fuck it. And I got my girl with me. Damn sure men, especially if you scrawny, you look like you can't fight, look like you just get pushed over. Don't go and you got a decent girl. I'm just telling you for the sake of your safety, right? And for the sake of your peace, right? Because it's going to fuck with you. Men sitting on here looking at your girl saying, God damn, you got a couple of dudes, ain't much you can do. I mean, you can try to fight them, but I mean, you're going to get jumped. I mean, let's just be real. 5 dudes versus one. I mean, no telling what could happen. You see a group of girls go the other way. Because men do not respect other black men when they're with their girls like that. You're talking about a man who's walking with his girl. A group of Negroes will freaking stare that girl down and look you dead in your eye and not even care, right? Which is an issue, which is a big issue in the black community, because that's how prideful a lot of damn Negroes are, and it's a fucking issue. Because sometimes I wish I could just take a Ruger and just, you know what I'm saying. But once again, man, it's just men are going to be men. Men are going to be men. That's why I said this is where, as a man, you have to adapt. Women don't want to adapt. Women want to be able to dress how she dressed and sit over here and say, well, men should still respect me. It doesn't work that way. Because as a man, it's not going to work that way. When you're walking down the street, it's you and your girl, you got a group of men, and they're all looking at you. Respect doesn't work that way, right? Because as a man, they're going to be like, man, just let me ignore it. Let me ignore it and keep walking. I'd rather them look at you instead of me sitting on here trying to go prove a point, and my ass get busted the fuck up, and they probably still take it anyway. It's just not, and then I have to live with that? No. Guys, make better decisions. Vet your women. This is why I said I like dating 6 and 7s, because I don't care, because not many men want them. Men are always going to want them, but not many men want them. And the 6 and 7s that I look for are not all materialistic like these women are. So, man, hey, like I said, man, as a man, vet your women. But do me a huge favor, man, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.